Welcome to the Best Startup Idea Ever podcast, where different ideas can become future trends. Today, we'll explore 3 truly unique business models: a backpack with a built-in wireless hard drive for tech lovers, a smart storage box that helps you organize your closet more efficiently, and creative gift ideas inspired by the love of coffee. 3 products, 3 fresh ways to approach modern life. Whether they succeed or fail, each story brings a valuable lesson for anyone dreaming of starting their own business journey. Story 1. Imagine you're on a business trip in a new city. You're carrying a sleek backpack. Inside, you've got your laptop, a few important documents, and of course, all your work files. But here's the best part: you don't need a USB cable. You don't need to pack an external hard drive. All your data is already stored inside your backpack. Sounds like the future? Not really. It's the present, thanks to a company called Company Elition. They created something unique, a backpack that combines high-end fashion and wireless storage. It's a perfect example of how a startup can spark innovation by asking a simple question. Why choose between technology and style, when you can have both? When technology is hidden in everyday life. What makes Company Elition stand out is its design philosophy: hide the tech inside daily life. They didn't just make a prettier hard drive. They didn't just make a stylish bag. They combined the two so well that users might even forget they're carrying a high-tech device. The backpack includes a built-in wireless hard drive. That means you just connect via Wi-Fi and instantly access, backup, or share your files, photos, or documents, anywhere, anytime. No cables. No plugging in. No digging through your bag looking for a USB stick. For people working in creative industries, like media, journalism, or design, instant data access can be the difference between missing a deadline and delivering a perfect pitch. Startups don't always need to invent, sometimes they just combine. Company Elition didn't invent hard drives. And they didn't invent backpacks. But they noticed a gap in how people live and work. We travel more. We work remotely. We share more data than ever. And we all need tech that's portable, fast, and easy to use. So instead of building a brand new device, they combined 2 real needs: carrying personal items and carrying digital data, into one product. The result? A product that barely needs marketing. Once you see it, you instantly understand why it's useful. Niche markets can be powerful. One smart strategy Company Elition used was focusing on a niche market: people who need portable, flexible tech, journalists, filmmakers, musicians, photographers, digital nomads. They might not be the biggest group, but they're willing to pay for tools that save time and boost productivity. That's why Company Elition doesn't compete on price. They compete on unique value. They don't try to be everything for everyone, they aim to be everything for the right people. The lesson: smart combinations are more powerful than big ideas. In the startup world, many people chase after a big, world-changing idea. But the truth is, you don't always need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes, all you need is a fresh way of looking at things, and the creativity to combine 2 familiar things into something completely new. Company Elition proves that innovation doesn't always mean building something from scratch. It can mean connecting old things in a smart way. And if you can do that, you're not just solving a problem, you might be opening a whole new market. So if you're working on a startup and your idea doesn't sound revolutionary or industry-breaking, don't worry. Instead, ask yourself, are there 2 things in life that are always kept separate, but could be better together? Because sometimes, success is as simple as putting a hard drive inside the bag you carry every day. Story 2. Imagine you're at a fancy event, maybe a formal dinner or a big conference. It's cold outside, and you're wearing an expensive coat. You walk in, and the coat check staff smiles, handing you a small slip of paper, number 107. You tuck it into your pocket, hoping you won't lose it. Because if you do, you might lose your coat too. That tiny moment of inconvenience is exactly where Kexology, formerly called Coat Checks, began. They asked a simple but powerful question. Why do we still need a piece of paper to manage coats or bags in the digital age? From paper tickets to smart solutions, Kexology didn't just update the coat check process. They completely redesigned the experience of handling personal items in public places, theaters, museums, airports, conferences, even gyms. Instead of paper tickets, Kexology uses a digital system. All check-ins and check-outs are recorded using your phone, email, or app. You don't need to carry anything. You just scan a code or confirm your identity, and you get your item back quickly, safely, and with no hassle. This system doesn't just make life easier. It reduces lost items, improves customer experience, and fits perfectly into high-end spaces where every detail matters. When tech reaches your wardrobe. But Kexology didn't stop at coat checks. They expanded the technology into a smart home solution, creating intelligent storage boxes for clothes, shoes, accessories, and even jewelry. These boxes connect to an app that helps you manage your belongings, track storage conditions, and plan what to wear. Imagine opening the app and seeing your favorite sweater has been stored for 3 months. It's chilly today. Would you like to wear it? It's a small feature, but it shows how technology can quietly blend into personal routines, making even your wardrobe feel smarter. Startup lesson from Kexology: small problems can lead to big markets. Most startups begin with a tiny problem. Kexology started with a coat check ticket, but they didn't just make it digital. They reimagined the entire process. And that gives us an important lesson. You don't always have to invent a new product. Sometimes, you just need to make an experience better, smarter, smoother, and more in tune with modern habits. There's nothing new about storage or wardrobes. But what if your wardrobe could connect to an app, help you plan your outfits, and even prevent mold or moisture damage? That's what we call added value, the place where tech meets everyday behavior. From cloakrooms to smart homes, Kexology is doing something remarkable, bringing together convenience, design, and technology. They're not just helping people manage their coats. They are building part of a larger future, where everything in your home becomes smart, connected, and helpful. So here's something to remember: great startup ideas don't always come from flashy technology. Sometimes, they start from a tiny frustration, something people deal with every day, and quietly turn it into a better, more beautiful experience. Kexology did that. And their journey, from a little paper ticket to smart storage systems, might just inspire you to begin your own startup path. Not from a big invention, but maybe from your closet. Story 3. Today's story starts with a sweet idea, in every sense of the word. It's about Coffee Brand Gifts, a company that creates fun and unique gift items, all centered around coffee. But this isn't about coffee beans or espresso machines. It's about coffee-themed games, puzzles, and toys. Imagine a jigsaw puzzle called Latte Labyrinth, or a customized Mocha Madness version of Uno. That's the kind of creativity that Dan Claffey, the founder of Coffee Brand Gifts, brought to life. Betting on America's love for coffee, Dan understood the power of branding better than most. He made a bold move, trademarking coffee-related words and phrases for exclusive use on his products. That meant only Dan's company could sell items labeled Cappuccino Champion or Espresso Explorer in the form of board games. Why was Dan so confident? Simple, because Americans love coffee. He traveled across the country, visiting cafes and speaking to real customers, people holding cold brews or lattes, to see their reactions. And what he saw was promising: smiles, laughs, curiosity. To Dan, this meant one thing: success was brewing. But in business, confidence and reality don't always follow the same path. Shark Tank, where ideas meet reality. Dan appeared on the TV show Shark Tank with high hopes. He believed that once the investors heard his idea, they'd jump at the opportunity. But after his presentation, the tough questions came fast. What are your current sales? Do people actually buy these, or do they just laugh and walk away? Why should we invest in a product that hasn't proven itself yet? Dan answered with passion, but not with numbers. The sharks liked the idea. They even said it was clever and original. But in the end, every single investor passed. No one put in any money. A classic lesson: from emotion to action. After the episode aired, coffee brand Gifts enjoyed a short spike in attention, just like many companies featured on the show. But then, things faded. Without steady sales, a loyal customer base, or a solid business model, the company couldn't survive. Eventually, coffee brand Gifts shut down. This story teaches a tough but essential lesson for anyone dreaming of a startup. Just because people like your idea doesn't mean they'll buy it. A smile isn't the same as a sale. Coffee is a fun and relatable theme. But between a cute coffee pun and a product that customers are willing to pay for, there's a big gap. And that gap can only be filled by smart product strategy, effective marketing, and most importantly, real sales. Saying goodbye to a sweet idea and learning something valuable. Dan Claffey wasn't wrong to bet on America's love of coffee. But he wasn't ready for the long journey of building a sustainable business. His products could still make someone smile in a cafe, but on a store shelf, where people think carefully about value and price, a smile alone isn't enough to close the deal. And that's why, in the startup world, a spoonful of inspiration must come with a full cup of data, planning, and strategy. Otherwise, no matter how tasty your idea may sound, it could still disappear, like a lukewarm cappuccino in a cold, crowded market. So, we hope you not only found creativity in this story, but also understood this core truth. To succeed, your product must deliver real value, not just good vibes. And the way to prove that is through numbers, clear plans, and a solid path for growth. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you find best idea ever stories inspiring or valuable lessons, please share them with your friends. Don't forget to follow the channel to continue exploring other bold startup journeys with me. See you in the next episode, where every idea, no matter where it comes from, can become the seed of a big dream.
Thank you for being